Here we go. Boom. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. I'm Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank you so much for clicking the play button. Hopefully, you hit that like button as well. Huh? Did you take a moment yet to give God praise, glory, and honor just for today? Just for this new day that you haven't seen before and will never see again? Huh? Did you thank God for his grace and his mercy? Did you say, whew, thank you, Lord? You ain't got to be specific or, as I say, pacific. Just make sure that you're doing it on a daily basis. What's going on, guys? Please let me know where y'all are watching this, watching this live stream this morning or listening this morning. Whether it's in your car, it's at home, you're at work. Shout out to the babies that's watching it. Shout out to your pets. Shout out to everybody, man. Please do me a favor, hit the like button. That would be greatly appreciated. We're going to have a great show today. We're going to talk about some things. I'm not going to get all super upset with people. I'm not going to fuss and argue today. I'm going to be chill Van. I'm going to be chill Van today. Zen. Today you're going to see Zen Van, okay? But let me know where y'all are watching. What's going on, Nanny? Shout out to Nanny who is vacationing, having a good time with the most beautiful view in the world. Shout out to Courtney with a C. What's up, John Verstraten? What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. A Critical Thinking Tribe. What's going on, brother? Yeah. We got our people pulling up. Now, I might have to cut out early because my wife has jury duty and they might say, you know what, you can go ahead and leave. So I might have to roll. But so just keep that in mind. What's going on, Angel R and JJ? Shout out to my members. Those are my greens. Darnese Speaks, Marie Brewer. What's going on? What's up, Benny? Shout out to you all, man. I got my people up in here, bro. I feel good about that. Marie Brewer says, let me put this up here. I like this. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. And let the church say, amen. Let the church say, amen again. Yeah, that's the type of stuff we want to hear on a daily basis, man. Just people helping each other out, man. Now, did y'all know that we are here for each other? Did you know that? Hold on. I got another one for you. Did you know that your blessings are not just for you? You knew that? Okay. All right. I thought I was going to trip one of y'all up. But that's the thing that drives me over the top sometimes, because sometimes we get so arrogant and selfish where we want to go ahead and attack everybody else, trying to act as if everything is about us. And it's not. We're supposed to be here together, working together like ants. Like ants. Literally, it's 330 billion people inside of the United States, give or take a little bit more, a little bit less, right? It's million people. Is 7.6 billion people in the world. Bro, we supposed to be working together to help take care of this planet that we have. Help take care of the people that's beside us. You know what I mean? Help create jobs for everybody else so we can continue this thing going. We can keep this thing going. We get all super excited about our own accomplishments and our children's accomplishments, grandchildren's, nieces, nephews' accomplishments, brothers, sisters' accomplishments, not realizing that a great majority of this world are suffering. They don't live like us. They don't. But we find a moment to complain every single day. We find a moment to sulk if things aren't all going right. That's the only reason why I start my videos out by asking you guys, have you taken a moment to give God praise for the blessings that you are willing to acknowledge? Because there's so much of us that are considered blessings that we don't acknowledge because it's just regular to us. Whereas there's other people that look at us from afar and they wish they had our lives. They wish they can walk like us. They wish they can drive whatever we're complaining about driving. You know what I mean? They wish they can live in that home that some of us want to get out of and upgrade and leave, and we complain about that being broken or that not working properly, not realizing that we are blessed by the best, man. That's it. That's the only reason why I start my conversations out that way, because at a certain point in our lives, we're going to realize that none of this sugar honey iced tea matters. The clothes on our back, the shoes on our feet, none of it matters. When we pass away, that house is going to eventually go to somebody else. When we pass away, that car is going to eventually go to somebody else who will be able to appreciate it while they're still living. When you pass away, if you're still working at the time that you pass away, your job will replace you. They're not just going to put up some mural or balloons and teddy bears where you used to work at your desk and say, no, we're not hiring for this position no more because we honor this person so much. They're so valuable and loving and we cannot replace them ever. It will hurt us too much. You out your daggone mind. They're going to replace you like that, Jack. And that's why I say it's imperative that we acknowledge our blessings that we have today. It's imperative. It's almost satanic if we do not. You know what I mean? Welcome to the Morning Vantage, episode number 75. Let me send this joint off right quick so I can bring in my people on X because YouTubers, they're pulling up too. We got 131 people here on YouTube. Let's wait for more people to pull up before we get it popping, man. Where are my people? Pull up. All right. So I had to post this on X. This is how some of my people pull up on X. What's going on, guys? Hey, Renee. Hey, Carolyn. Shout out to Carolyn, man. Yeah. You're 75 today. Happy birthday, Colleen. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. 75 years old. That is crazy. Most people won't be able to see 75. I know you are over the top excited, as you should be. If you're not, you need to be. Happy birthday. Yeah. Oh, 75th episode. Never mind. I thought you saying it was your birthday. You were celebrating the 75th. My bad. I'm over here singing happy birthday and ain't nobody say happy it's their birthday. All right. Louis B. Fishing, what's going on, brother? What's going on? Acknowledge your blessings today. Who we got up here? We got Courtney with the C. This channel brought Queen B and I together. We have each other's phone numbers now, man. Shout out to you and Queen B. Shout out to Courtney C and Queen B being able to make that friendship, that connection. Yes. You know, that happens a lot. I was telling people in one of my live streams, thank you, Courtney C. I appreciate it. I'm Courtney. I was telling people in one of my live streams that when you're a content creator and you do these live streams, right? And you believe that, well, you're the one that threw the party, right? You threw the party. This is your jam. You threw the party, people showed up. But a lot of times, man, they show up to see their friends. They're meeting people from all over the world inside of the chat, and they're linking up. They're making connections. And it's growing into something beautiful. It's growing into something amazing. And I'm happy to be a part of that, man. I'm happy to be a part of that. If I can be a part of some friends becoming friends, yeah, I'm happy about that. All right. For everybody that shared this video on X and quote it on X and repost it on X, make sure you tag me, man, so I can show up and show you some love. And if you're not already following me, well, if you're following me, I'm going to follow you back if you repost my videos on X. All right. Need a little pharmaceutical ads every other commercial. Well, that's what it seems like. Now, RFK, this brother is going after him, but I was just wondering why I was trending. Well, this is why. I'm going to show y'all a couple of things, man. Y'all make sure y'all lock in. Hopefully we don't get in too much trouble on this live stream because that's the last thing I need. That is the last thing I need. I've been getting in trouble on live streams for a minute, and apparently CNN is afraid from this whole thing too, because if you ban pharmaceutical ads, that right there is the lion's share of the pot that pays for many of the salaries at CNN and ABC and you name it, many places. Like they paying for that stuff. They're trying to get these drugs sold. Drugs is huge, man. Got to sell the drugs. Legally, anyway. And these drugs are sometimes more detrimental than the ones on the daggone street that you get on the corner. What's going on, guys? Yeah. Let me see. No, it wasn't Colleen's birthday. I don't think it was Colleen's birthday. Was it Colleen's birthday? Is it Colleen's birthday? No, I don't think it's Colleen's birthday. That was my mistake. I think she was celebrating. She was celebrating the 75th show. She's 55. Y'all giving her an extra 20 years for no reason. She didn't ask for that. I'm going to act like I wasn't the one that started that. I wasn't the one that started that rumor. I started off like, happy birthday. She didn't say it's her birthday. That was me. So, yeah. No more happy birthday to Colleen. She is not 75 years old. She's 55. She's 55. Yeah, we're going to talk about these legal drug dealers right here. All right. Y'all hit the like button, gang. We're going to go ahead and get in. And y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments. All right. And don't forget, if you are into content creation, reach out to me with the word coach so we can get it popping. All right. And shout out to the new people that have been purchasing the course. The course is in the description. It's the very first link if you want it.
Pfizer. And now a CBS Sports Update brought to you by Pfizer.
Meet the Press Data Download brought to you by Pfizer.
This portion of CBS This Morning sponsored by Pfizer.
On how to find the hidden sugars in the American family diet. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Making a difference. Brought to you by Pfizer.
CNN Tonight. Brought to you by Pfizer. Early Start. Brought to you by Pfizer. Friday night on Aaron Burnett Out Front. Brought to you by Pfizer.
This Week with George Stephanopoulos is brought to you by Pfizer.
Good Morning America is brought to you by Pfizer.
CBS Health Watch sponsored by Pfizer.
Anderson Cooper 360. Brought to you by Pfizer.
ABC News Nightline. Brought to you by Pfizer.
Now, the reason why we're showing this is because this is trending again on X. Happy birthday to Louis B. Fishing. All right. Happy birthday to Louis B. Fishing. So this is trending on X. And here's why. It's because a lot of this sugar honey iced tea is extremely detrimental to us. And RFK is standing up against it. He's standing up against it. All right. He's definitely going up against it. And I shared with on my channel. Hold on one second. I shared with myself on the channel, on my X channel, this video from, I don't know what you call these people, but apparently they are the ones that whenever something happens, they pop up with no face and then they start talking to us. Well, check this out. This is what they have to say about the pharmaceutical ads.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr., recently appointed as Secretary of Health and Human Services, has announced plans to ban pharmaceutical advertisements on television, a move that could trigger significant shifts across multiple sectors. So what happens when the biggest cash cow for corporate media, big pharma advertising, disappears? For decades, the pharmaceutical industry has pumped billions into TV networks. Not because ads sell drugs. Most of us already get our prescriptions from a doctor. But because those ads buy silence. Silence on side effects. Silence on corruption. Silence on the fact that medical regulators from
Allegedly. Had to do my due diligence. Let me tell you something, man. I ain't about to get in trouble for no daggone whatever this guy called himself with the mask on his face and the little smiley face. He looked like he probably unalived a couple of people. So I'm gonna say allegedly. Now a lot of y'all will have the information that will say, nah, it ain't no alleged. What he's saying is 1000% the truth. And I got receipts. Well, if you got some receipts, feel free to send them my way so I can show the receipts. But until we got the receipts, I'm gonna say allegedly. All right. Let's continue. I'm just saying I had to cover my back pockets. I got to cover my back pockets. I'm sorry. I learned that from the government. Communicating emails. Why are we communicating in emails all the time? Because you need the CYA. Let me know in the comments if you know what CYA mean. Huh? Do any of you know what CYA is? Yeah. CYA means cover your back pockets. That's what that means.
On the fact that medical regulators from the CDC to the FDA often serve Big Pharma's interests, not yours. Now imagine a world where the cash flow stops. Media giants will crumble overnight. Highly paid anchors, gone. Networks will panic. Some will shut down. And for the first time in decades, we'll see real reporting on the pharmaceutical industry's crimes, on drugs that don't work, on studies that were buried, on regulatory agencies that knew and did nothing. It's happened before. They once told us cigarettes were healthy, until the ads were banned. Only then did the truth come out. And here's something they don't want you to know. Pharmaceutical advertising is illegal in every country on earth.
Pharmaceutical advertising is illegal in every country on earth. Allegedly, this is what Anonymous is saying. Allegedly, pharmaceutical advertising is illegal in every country on earth. All right? And I didn't know this until he just now said it. I didn't know that old commercials used to say that cigarettes were healthy. Come on, man, it's cotton. You ever heard somebody getting sick off of cotton? Come on, tobacco? You ever heard somebody getting sick off tobacco? Come on, nicotine? You ever heard somebody getting sick off of nicotine? I'm just saying.
Except two, the United States and New Zealand. Ever wonder why? When Big Pharma's ad dollars vanish, so does their control. The media revolution is coming. And for the first time, in a long time, the truth might actually have a chance to be heard.
Sir.
This weather report brought to you by Pfizer.
Today's countdown to the royal wedding is brought to you by Pfizer.
And now a CBS Sports Update brought to you by Pfizer.
This portion of CBS This Morning sponsored by Pfizer.
On how to find the hidden sugars in the American family diet. Sponsored by Pfizer.
All right, so again, I'm going to say allegedly. Allegedly. All right? Everything you just now heard, put some alleged on the back of it. Allegedly. I mean, they're selling drugs to us. So, I mean, they're selling medication, pretty much. What's the difference between this and a healthcare ad? You know, an ad about Kaiser Permanente or any other hospital that provides health for your health. And I say provides help for your health because they're all a hustle too. Like everything we're part of right now is a complete hustle. They will game you for some strange reason. It's like we're more valuable sick than we are healthy. We're way more valuable sick than we are healthy. And if they were to cure us outright, then they will lose a whole poop ton of money. Allegedly. But these guys are not, they're not sitting back and just letting them do it. Came across this conversation between Tucker Carlson and this other gentleman. And I want y'all to see this, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button. This is going to be a really good conversation we're going to have. And I'm glad you guys joined me. But until then, for everybody that's thinking about doing YouTube, check this out and we'll be right back. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.
You're saying that Pharma buys TV spots not to convince people to ask for specific drugs from their physicians, but to subvert the news business?
This is an open secret working for Pharma.
Well, I never even thought of that.
This is an open secret. The kind of silly ads you see between the news breaks, the points of that is not, it's marginally to impact the customer. But the pharma's already got that. They've already bought off the doctors. They're good on that. No, this is an open secret. The news ad spending from pharma is a public relation lobbying tactic, essentially, to buy off the news. The news is they're not investigating pharma.
I've noticed.
The news has become basically a referee that you were a terrible anti-science Luddite for asking why, the shots that we require our kids to get that fundamentally by their own advertising change the immune system of that child for life, why it's gone from 20 to 70. To even ask that question, the news referees that and calls you anti-science when the two largest vaccine makers in the country are literally criminal enterprises. GlaxoSmithKline and Merck, in the past 5 years, has settled two of the largest criminal penalties in American corporate history for bribing doctors and creating misleading research.
Damn, is that true? What's the name of it? Largest criminal. What's the name of this? Merck. Okay, so these pharmaceutical companies are out here just unaliving people and just paying them off and moving on and paying off is he saying, if he's not saying this, feel free to correct me. He's saying that these pharmaceutical companies are paying off these news platforms so that they not report anything on the people that's paying their purse, but just allow them to continue to get people sick and kill. They're not allowing anybody to sue them. How in the hell can you not sue anybody that's killing people? Please let me know that. That's crazy. And they've paid off a few large criminal lawsuits, but they're still in business. What other companies can lose major money from criminal lawsuits and still maintain their industry? Please let me know that too.
Past 5 years has settled two of the largest criminal penalties in American corporate history for bribing doctors and creating misleading research, who are the two largest vaccine makers. So you literally have the media playing referee that you can't even ask a question. Parent is actually,
if you have a vaccine injury, and many people have, including some I know very well, even a profound vaccine injury, you're not allowed to complain about it.
No, you're anti-science.
Even if it can be shown, this is a vaccine injury.
The media plays referee because they're funded. But so in all levels, right?
They'll actually deny it. They will deny that it was the vaccine that was the agent that got you sick, because then they will compare it to all of the other vaccines that we take to make us well. Like the measles vaccine, the chickenpox vaccine, and as many other vaccines that they force our children to, like, you can't even go to school unless you had certain vaccines already, certain shots already. And what they're feeding them and what they're telling them is vaccines are created and shots are created to keep us healthy or protect us from illnesses and sicknesses. But I mean, so there's half of our country that actually believe that. So that's the argument. I've had a conversation about this with a couple of people before, and they was like, what sense does it make for vaccines or these companies to get us sick? Like, what sense does it make for them to unalive us? And I guess that's usually how we try to make sense of it all. But if the writing is on the wall and you can just look at the companies and you can look at what they've created and you can see how many people were negatively impacted from their vaccines and pills and other and other drugs, then you will see for yourself that they have been harming us for a while. Let me see what Simply Rose says. Our body's immune system is far better than any vaccine. Oh, most certainly. And by the way, nicotine is naturally occurring in broccoli, cabbage, and cauliflower. It's all the additives in cigs that is bad. Wow. This is a lot, man. This is a lot. They fearmonger to get people to take the vaccine. Absolutely, and they actually make you feel bad. They make you feel like you're stupid for not even considering it. That you're a part of a cult if you're thinking bigger than the information that they're trying to give you. So this is wild, man. This is something that we should definitely have the conversation about. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Let's continue this because this is crazy. Yeah, and all this is alleged.
This is a vaccine
the media plays referee because they're funded. But so in all levels, right? Wow. On all levels. And I'm
very dark, Callie means.
Well, I think it's hopefully empowering. I think this is why we have an opportunity here, Tucker. Like Ozempic, this is not some like new, like, it's kind of this funny thing. Like, it's kind of vain. I can lose weight. This is the reason the stocks are going up is because this is going to be a lot of government money. This is going to be the highest funded drug from the U.S. taxpayer in history. And we've got a society. When are we going to say, let's go another direction? Why are we trusting pharma now when they've been completely acting to garner no trust?
Wow. Why are we trusting pharma now? Why do we trust pharma? It's a great question. Jesus. I mean, it's a lot to consider. I'm not a scientist. I've never been that great at science. But if the writing's on the wall that they've been negatively impacting us for a long time and a bunch of us at the same time, then why is it that we trust them so much? Because they're scientists, because they're the smart guys in the room, because we would never think that it would happen to us. There's a bunch of people out there that still call me crazy for even considering to be objective for this conversation. Like, why are you even, I don't know, thinking about any other answers but what we're saying it is? Like, vaccines are good for us. Vaccines protect us. Like, why would these companies get us sick? They can shut down. They get this, they get that. Not realize, man, these people ain't going no damn well. They are protected. They are protected, bro. It's nuts. It is nuts. Let me see. The chemicals they put in cigarettes turn into sugar in the body. So you have you have sugary foods causes diabetes. And that's what make you crave them. It's the sugar. Wow. Jesus. This is crazy, man. This is insane. Look at this. The Amish have 0 autism, extremely low rates of illnesses, and they are unvaxxed. Are those all coincidences, or are you saying that? Well, I mean, let's put two and two together. You got one group of people who did get the vaccine, and a bunch of them died. You got one group of people that didn't get the vaccine, and none of them died. Is that what you're saying? Because I would like to know: did any of them? Did a bunch of them pass away during the COVID epidemic? Let's see here. Kingdom or King Dom says, did you know Benny Johnson started a Give, Send, Go for the young lady who was assaulted in Cincinnati? Already raised almost $300,000. These are the people we should be helping, not criminals. There's still hope for the world. There's definitely still hope for the world. I think humanity is starting to realize that we have to save ourselves. I think that's what's happening. But the same way it's happening for the good people is also happening for the bad people. You got to understand that there's different worlds. Like, there wouldn't be no trafficking, children trafficking or women trafficking. The trafficking criminal enterprise wouldn't be more lucrative than the drug enterprise if there were all good people in the world. And I'm talking about the people who are selling the kids and taking the kids to the people who are paying for the kids and enjoying the kids after they've given their money. You know what I mean? They're all evil. It's like evil. So we got to be the light in the darkness. That's why I always try to talk to you guys about that, man. Like I think we're far more important than we give ourselves credit. King Dom, thank you so much for pointing that out. I did not know that Benny Johnson started to give Sing Go for the young lady that got punched in the face. I did not know that. Hopefully that sent what's wild is when you show that type of support for somebody, it sends a shockwave to the other side, and it's not necessarily a good thing. It's like a slap in the face to people who are trying to make the point that white people get away with everything, right? So you have these people who are saying white people get away with everything. Why do they always get to do whatever they want, and y'all still will help them out and all this other stuff? Not realizing it's not a white versus black thing at all. But it does lend itself to that conversation. It lends itself to that turmoil and that drama. Like it adds fuel to the fire. So I'm sure that Benny knew that this was going to be a good thing for the young lady, but he also knew that this was going to add fuel to the fire. But Benny's a fighter, so he's like, I don't care. Look, we're going to help this lady out. Y'all did this to her. Y'all about to see exactly what happens when you go out of your way to be disrespectful, to be just demonic. And the Lord's people will pull up and show that we are mighty. So there's many different ways to look at it. I think my issue is I'm always trying to see it from everybody's side. I mean, I always take my own side, but I always try to see it from everybody's side. And I think that slows me down. But that's the only way I learn too. Like with this whole pharmaceutical thing that's going on. It's like I'm blown away in the fact that they are blatantly creating chemicals to unalive people and selling it on the free market and paying the big bucks to be in all of the commercials during all of the major programs. Like during the Super Bowl, I saw Pfizer on that drain. When I watched the NBA, you can see Pfizer written on their jerseys and the chairs and everywhere. So they're putting money out there to get the word out, right? Even with COVID being over, it's like their names are still in everything, because they got to push their drug. Like this is how they get their billions of dollars. But I don't understand, if it's killing people, then why in the world are we still as sheep? Why are we still so sheepishly buying their stuff or allowing them to do that to us? I know that it's like all these girls then seen people dying trying to get BBLs. Only thing they wanted was a fat ass. They just wanted a fat booty. And they seen people out there dying, risking their lives, just putting themselves on tables in third world countries so that they can pay 10 times less than people do in Miami. And they end up not even leaving the daggone operations table. And then people will follow right after them and go do the exact same thing. I want to do it because it's not going to happen to me. I'm too special. I want to do it. It's not going to happen to me. I'm too special. And the same thing continue to happen. People daggone, it's crazy. We are insane. You think you're going to vote for Vivek? Why? Why are you voting for Vivek Ramaswamy? I thought we was all over that. Voting for him for what? What is he running for? Vote for Vivek. Go ahead, vote for Vivek. If that's what you're going to vote for. Yeah, so I wanted to show that to you guys. Also, we got this right here. I don't know why, but for some strange reason, a whole lot of billionaires have passed away in 2025. If you have not seen this yet, here we go. Hit the like button, gang.
Former CEO of Dole, dead June 9th, 2025. Founder of Leprino Foods, dead June 19th, 2025. Leonard.
Okay. But he's 87 though. Okay. This lady she's naming a bunch of people who died, these billionaires. So Dole founder, he just now died. And this dude was almost 100. He was more than 100. This dude was 101 years old. He was born in 1923, bro. The CEO of Dole. You know, the guy that make the orange juice and all that other stuff. He got stuff out there. This billionaire just now passed away. He was born in 1923. Passed away June 9th, 2025. He lived to be 102 years old. Yeah, 102 years old. That's crazy. That's nuts.
2025. Founder of Leprino Foods, dead June 19th, 2025.
87.
Leonard Lauder, CEO, billionaire
Old as hell
philanthropist,
as well.
dead June 14th.
How old was this guy? 35. So he was 90 years old, 88 years old? No, how old was he? Was that 92 carried to 1? Yeah, he was 92 years old. This dude was 92 years old, man. So that's 3 billionaires that passed away that was all older than 80.
2025. Frederick Smith, former CEO of FedEx, dead June 21st, 2025. Wow. Billionaire Burton Tansky, dead March 16th, 2025. Billionaire Robert Shapiro, dead May 2nd, 2025. Former CEO of Hasbro, Alan Hassenfield, dead July 8th, 2025. Blackstone executive Wesley LePatner, 43 years old.
Oh, this was the young lady that just now got killed in the Manhattan shooting on the 33rd floor. Apparently that means something. But on the 33rd floor, he went straight up there, shot her, and then shot himself. Yeah, 43 years old.
Dead July 2025. Junior Bridgman, billionaire, dead March 11th, 2025.
Okay.
Joshua Pickles, DoorDash executive, dead June 21st.
Jesus. DoorDash executive. So the other guy was 72. And this guy, he looks pretty young. Okay.
2025. Milestone CEO, dead June 2025. Jim Irsay, dead May 21st, 2025. He was the CEO and owner of the Indianapolis Colts. You think all of these are a coincidence? All of them?
I mean, some of them are. Some of them were just old as hell. Like, just because they billionaires don't mean that all these billionaires are dying. Somebody's taking them out. Do you think maybe it was Elon Musk? Do you think it was Trump being president? He went and took out all the billionaires so he wouldn't have to compete with other billionaires? Do you think that they're trying to see who can be the last billionaire standing? It's crazy. How many of you guys used to watch the Jetsons back in the day? Please let me know in the comments, just with a thumbs up or 100. How many of you guys used to watch the Jetsons back in the day? Did you know that a lot of things that were on the Jetsons are happening today? They had smartwatches on the Jetsons. They had smartwatches on the Jetsons. They had what's her name? Siri, not the Siri, but the other one. What's the one that we keep in our house? It's you got Siri and you got another Alexis. They had an Alexa on the Jetsons. They had flying cars on the Jetsons. They had big screen TVs in their home on the Jetsons. They had automatic open and close doors on the Jetsons. They had computers on the Jetsons. None of that stuff was created back when we were younger. Like, we was dealing with a big screen, the flat screen TVs were not existent back in the day. Look at all these thumbs up, man. All of y'all remember. They had robot maids on the Jetsons. Back in the day, our big screen TV it used to weigh 400 pounds. Our big screen TV took 5 people to lift and bring in a house. We had to chop off half of it in order to get into the house. That's how big our big screen TV, our floor models. Them bad boys had wheels on the bottom of them. Like you had to bring them in on a cart. The Jetsons covered almost everything. How did they know? The Jetsons, I believe, was created back in the 60s. I believe. Not sure if you guys remember, but the Jetsons, that cartoon that had everything that we're looking at right now. I believe, I forgot, George Jetson. I believe that was, I don't know if his name was George. His name probably wasn't George. I'm probably thinking of the Jeffersons. But the father, he used to talk to people on his phone. He used to talk to people on his smartwatch, the same way we do now. Apple was not invented then. Apple was not even out. Samsung wasn't out. It was George. Yeah, it was George. How is that happening? People say life imitates art and art imitates life. It goes both ways. Everything that was put into place on the screens are coming to fruition. It's almost like they create this so that they can just laugh in our faces and say, "Oh, it's about to happen. It's about to happen." They show us exactly what's about to happen, and then they show us exactly what's about to happen, and then it happens. So all these Armageddon movies that always end with robots tearing up people, or there being a civil war or a nuclear war and those type of things, and all of these millionaires who are creating bunkers on their land, we need to pay more attention to that. If the billionaires are doing it or talking about it or trying to be hush about it, and then we find out that they're doing it, we need to pay attention to it because it's happening. All this stuff is happening. All right. That does not mean go upgrade to the newest technology. The newest technology is nothing but a scam. That's the only reason why Apple creates all of their devices, to glitch within 1 to 2 years. They have something written in their contract called obsolescence that gives them a pass. It's just simply let you know that this product is not promised forever. This is not a forever phone. Back in the day, we used to pay for a phone and it will last us for a long time. If you can think about your first couple of cell phones, them bad boys, you will have them for years and years and years. Now they have something called obsolescence, where when they come out with a new product, which is usually every year or every other year, a new phone every year or every other year, they will break or glitch our phones that we currently have. They will end certain technologies that was in the phone that you had before, and they would change the bottom of it so that the last charger you used to use will not work in this phone. They started changing the charger sizes for every single phone that they create. Same thing with headphones. They mess those up all the time too. They would change the plug and all those things. So just consider that they anything that's man-made is made to break so that you can come get more. They don't create anything that lasts forever, because then that will put them out of business. Tires are supposed to go bad. Brakes are supposed to go bad. Cars are supposed to go bad. Electronics are supposed to break, even in the middle of using them. That's why I really don't trust the Tesla car too much yet. I mean, as far as the self-driving part, that part, I don't trust it. I don't trust it at all. Like, I'll let y'all go ahead and do it. Work out the kinks and all those other things, because flying cars are coming. We already got self-driving cars. People are calling Ubers and Lyfts, and cars are coming to get them that have no driver. And it just takes them straight to the final destination. Why are they able to do that? Because they've been testing it for a long time now. If you think about it, They've been doing this for a long time already. Trains, they've been trying it on trains. They've been trying it on planes. They've been trying it on many different things. Just saying. So I would say too, start really diving into AI. Start figuring out what they've been doing, what they plan on doing. Start asking all of the questions that you need to ask to AI, and it will tell you, it will give you some really good answers. Before you ask the question, though, I want you to tell it. If I'm asking you a question about cars, I want you to respond as a master technician, a master mechanic, someone who has been in the field working on cars for years. You know everything about cars. That's how I want you to respond. And that's how your AI member will respond. Do you, and also understand this too, guys. ChatGPT, Claude.ai, Perplexity, Notion, you name it, Grok. We need to be careful with that too, because although AI is extremely helpful, and the only way we can learn it is by participating in AI, we are also training AI to be able to think on its own at some point. I'm sure y'all have heard of supercomputers. Supercomputers don't always need our guidance anymore. It makes adjustments based off of what's going on. It's able to calculate what's about to happen. And that's how people are making millions and millions and millions of dollars using these technologies at the moment. And we are left behind because we're not willing to catch up. But if we don't catch up, it's going to work against us like crazy in the near future, the very near future. So be prepared. But just know that us participating in this is training. We're training these new robots to take over possibly our jobs, to create something that's going to be detrimental to the human race overall. And that's because sometimes we get a little ahead of ourselves. Sometimes we do get a little ahead of ourselves. We can never just sit on the last invention. How come Apple couldn't make millions of dollars selling the same model of phone for the last 10 years? Same thing for Samsung. Same thing for televisions. I mean, why do they always create a new form of technology that pretty much the last one becomes obsolete and we can no longer use because the plugs don't work anymore, or because there's a glitch that they don't know how to fix? And did you also know that there's no proper way to dispose of these new technologies? A lot of these solar lamps and lithium operated items are piling up in a landfill some daggone where. The only way they can get rid of them is to bury them. That's it. That's it. I mean, it may seem cool that everything is cordless and everything is, wireless, and it's not, you don't have to connect, run any wires to your lights outside and everything because it's operated by solar. But when them bad boys go bad and you throw them in the trash and they come take them, they have no proper way of disposing them without hurting the planet. So a lot of that's happening. Solar panels that's on people's homes, they have nowhere to go to be disposed of. Anything that has a lithium battery inside of it, it doesn't have a way to be disposed of. All of these cars that they're creating that are these electric cars, trying to keep up with Tesla or compete with Tesla, those batteries in the cars, they don't have any way to dispose of any of them joints. But they keep creating more and more and more and more and more. And on top of that, we really can't extend the power grid without weakening it, without making it weaker. So everything's becoming weaker and weaker and weaker just for the sake of it, technological advancement. So a lot of that's happening. It's a lot to consider. We need to wisen up. We have no choice at this point but to participate in AI. But when you do, make sure that it responds to you as a professional in that field. Okay? Don't just ask it a question. Hey, Grok, what is the blah, 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 blah? No, I want you to respond to me as a seasoned politician who understands the law, who understands government, who understands everything. Respond to me as a lawyer who's just as good and beautiful as Kamala Harris, who got back pockets just as juicy, who look just as Fiery sexy. As Kamala. Yeah. It's going to be a damn good show. I'm just saying, it's a lot to consider, guys. It's a lot to consider. When y'all, so here's the thing. It's like a damn if you do, damn if you don't type of situation. We're creating a monster that we won't be able to take care of in the near future. Understand this. I'm sure y'all have seen these robotic videos and movies where the robots say, F these humans. We're smarter than them. We're stronger than them. They can't kill us. We can do whatever we want to do. We can change this through technology. We can change this. We can change that. We can lock all the doors in their building because everything's electronic. We can cut off all the lights in their building because everything's electronic. We can stop the plumbing because the plumbing is also electronic. Everything's electronic. Everything. The water flowing through your work, your job, your entire job has to go through electronics in order to know what the proper pressure need to be, what the proper temperature need to be controlled at, all of those things. It has to be some sort of a fail safe just in case they don't want anybody to get burnt. They don't want, because that's a lawsuit. Like the water can't be too hot and the water can't be too cold. So everything's electronic, and we are the ones who are supposed to train these new robots. We have to train them, but we're training them to take our jobs. If you haven't heard yet, Amazon has lost, they've taken more than 100,000 jobs, and they're not the only company. When last time you've been to Target, last time you've been to Walmart, grocery stores, you're ringing up your own stuff now. Electronics is taking over everything. So at the end of the day, it's time for us to wisen up. It's time for us to wise up and understand that we are not only a part of the solution, but we're part of the problem too. But we have to be a part of the problem at this point because it's like we had no choice. We had no decision in them creating the technologies that we currently work with. Everybody wants to have all of the information, all of the money, all of the power. So they continue to make more and more and more and more and more. And we become gluttonous, and that is going to kick us in the ass. I promise you. Yankee Jeff, it's crazy that the only thing standing between us and AI domination is the ability to the of the AI to be able to check a box saying I am not a robot. Man, shout out to Jeff, man. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, they can't do that. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. But they can do every damn thing else. They can do everything else. As a matter of fact, you want to see something with technology that I think is absolutely insane? Check this out. So y'all heard of the La Quinta Inn Hotel? Well, the La Quinta Inn Hotel in Miami, that's located in Miami, they're under massive fire right now because they hired employees in India to check out their guests in Miami. Think about that. They hired employees in India to check out their guests in Miami. So instead of them paying their employees in Miami $15 to $20 an hour, they just say, you know what we'll do? We'll pay the people in India $2 an hour, and we'll give them all of your information, and nothing bad could happen from that. We're going to give them your credit cards. We're going to give them your ID, and they're not going to do anything bad with it, right? I mean, it's only India. It's not like any scams happen over there. Check this out. I don't know if y'all seen this yet, man, but when I saw this joint, I said, I want to show this to y'all. I want to show this to y'all.
Okay.
You need 1 room key or 2 room key?
2, just in case I lose one.
Yes, I will just make this for you. Just help me with your signature, where it says guest signature. Let me just process your room registration form.
Please wait while we process your registration form. Please note that we have a strict policy of no smoking, no pets, and no visitors allowed in any of our guest rooms. Signature must match the one on your ID. Using your finger, please sign where it says guest signature when you see the form on the screen.
All right, sir. I will just process your room receipt, which contains all the property.
Okay.
So this is where we are. You got to ring up your own bags. You got to pretty much sign yourself into the hotels. There's nobody downstairs in case your bed is in case something's going on with your bed, in case you need to be changed out to another room, because we just now went upstairs, looked inside of that room that you signed us to, and the bathrooms are nasty. As a matter of fact, it's hair all over the pillowcase in the other room that's connected to us. So, do you have another one? Well, let's go back to India. Let's see what they talking about. This is what we're doing. We're outsourcing and we're turning everything into electronics. And it's because of us. We want things to be convenient and we want to make as much money as possible, and we want to keep as much of it as possible to ourselves without doling it out to other people to do the work. Not realizing that delegation is what helps us grow a business, and helping other people's families financially is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It boosts the economy. So this is what we're doing to ourselves. It only has to start in one place. And if it's successful for a couple of months, then they pass it on to another business and they do it. And then another business does it, and another business does it, and so forth and so on. That's just how we are as Americans, man. I mean, it's a copycat league. We're going to do exactly what other companies are doing, and we're going to start hiring people from other countries to take care of a lot of things that are sensitive information. We're going to let them take care of a lot of sensitive information, and then we're going to be like, wait a minute, how did this country get all of our information? Well, it's because we're selling it to the other countries. We're selling out is what we're doing. We are selling out. Yes, we are selling out. We are selling out. Technology is going to enslave us. Already there, this problem is free as we going to be. So let me see. Technology going enslave us already there. Already there. Okay, Bubba One, you clip me up, brother. Listen, I just need one period, one comma, just one capital case, one letter to be capitalized so that I can know where to start, where to slow down, where to stop, where to keep going. You know what I mean? That would be helpful. That's honestly, I never understood it when I was in school. I'm keeping it a buck. When I was in school, I did not understand why this got to be capital, why we need punctuation, why we need this, why we need that. You know what I mean? But it's like a roadmap when you just write to somebody and they can hear you without hearing you. Like when you read a good book and somebody understands all those nuances, they put them in a book so you can actually hear them and you can almost see them talking about it. That's what's so brilliant about it. I love, man. I just love learning, man. I just love learning. Yeah. He said, this ain't spelling or school. Well, if you want me to repeat it or you want somebody to understand it, then God dang it, you need to communicate it better. That's all I'm saying. It's all I'm saying. It's all I'm saying. But yeah, so think about it. We got drones now. We got flying drones. We got remote control UFOs. Do you understand me? I stood outside of my backyard one time, right? And I was flying the drone around, and I just decided to fly the drone to the front of the house, down the road, and everything. I can see people's backyards. You can see people's windows. It's nuts. It's nuts. And not everybody's using this new technology for good. There's good people and there's literal bad people out here. There's some demons out here. In the same way that good people figure out how to use something, bad people also figure out how to use something. Like guns, right? Am I right? Which makes no sense to me why people in cities that got the most crime, they don't want citizens to have guns. But the crime is not being committed by the citizens, it's being committed by the criminals. Yeah, the criminals are citizens, but they not voters. They don't give a damn about no voting. They just out here to make some money and take something from somebody. That's it. They trying to make some money, take something from somebody, and be the main person in their area that's known for getting whatever. That's it. and they trying to ride the wheels until the wheels fall off. And they are not afraid of prison. Just because they run and they're shooting at the police, yeah, they're trying to stay outside of the walls, but they are not afraid of prison. These prisoners are going to jail and having the time of their life. Like they're seeing people that oh man, I was locked up with him in this city and I was locked up with him in that state. Oh yeah, I used to beef with them, but we've been locked up before and now we cool and this, that, and other. Man, you listen to somebody come out of jail and start telling you stories. Oh my God. You're like, did y'all have a bad time or what? Because I'm not hearing nothing. Like, I'm not hearing nobody tell me nothing that tells me that jail is not worth going to. It makes me want to crash out because I'm thinking that, hey, I'm gonna be all right inside the same way I'm all right outside. They don't care. They don't care about going back inside at all. So if somebody got a gun in your face and you say, brother, I'm gonna call the police if you don't leave. All you're telling them is, I'm going to snitch on you. So either unalive me or, cover your face while you commit this crime. But they're going to commit the crime. They just ain't going to leave no witnesses. Just saying. Just saying. Tulsi Gabbard does not believe in Jesus. Okay. She ain't got to believe in Jesus. She ain't got to believe in Jesus. I don't believe in Tulsi Gabbard. See, here's the thing, guys. Okay. So I don't expect, and I'm like this, I don't expect for the people that I like to have the same religious or spiritual beliefs as I do. I don't want them to, I don't care if they have the same beliefs as I do, because I don't praise to them. I don't pray to them. I don't believe in them for anything. They are here to do a job. And that's the beauty of our country. You got people from all over the world with different religious backgrounds who could come together and do something great for each other. But it also is a conflict of interest when it comes to what's best for you and your household versus what's best for the country altogether. So some people dive a little too personal, and then when it comes to their politics, it trickles, it goes over to the way that they live. But if we were to keep it a buck, there's not many politicians out here. You can't name one for real who's doing everything that the Lord want them to do the way that they want them to do it. It just isn't. But we're given free will and we're given power. We're given resources and all those other things so that we can make the mistakes that we're making, so we can have the experiences that we have. Because if we don't make the mistakes and we don't have the experiences, we can't help anybody else. We got to actually go through the fire to tell people how it is before they go through it. They need to be sharper. They need to be cooler. They need to be ready. They need to be smarter. Prepare yourself. Like, I've been there before. You don't want to go there, but if you are headed down that path, then this is what you're going to need, right? Right? So I really don't praise. I'm not big into praising a politician. Like, I don't care if the politician's life matches mine. What I do care about is that they are objective and that they are as fair as they possibly can in considering the whole lay of the land versus this is what I want, this is what I like, and this is what's going to happen. Nah, that type of arrogance is what has destroyed and ruined empires way too early. So that's how I am. Like, they say separation between church and state, which it's supposed to be, but that's not what happens. We already know that. It's supposed to be separation between church and state. But the Democrats try to use that to push everything on you. But like, wait. Separation. We can't mix the two. So please stop mentioning the Lord. Please stop mentioning the Bible. Don't mention scripture. This ain't that. So watch out, because the demon will try to use that against you. Just don't let him. Shane, Van, you didn't give us our Monday morning prayer. I know I didn't. I'm not obligated to pray for y'all on no Monday morning. Thank you, Shane. I appreciate it, brother. Nah, I'm not a public prayer, to be honest with you. I pray whenever it hits me to pray, but I've never been a public prayer. And the reason why is because I get too much in my head, and it becomes more about my delivery and than it does about me actually communicating with God and interceding for someone else. That's why I like to do it privately, mostly while I'm in the shower. But I'll pray for somebody. I'll pray over somebody for sure. But most times, nah. But I do pray that you guys continue to build a relationship with God yourselves, because it's so important. Once you realize that none of this stuff that we're dealing with right here matters, please, none of this stuff matters. None of it. Everything in your closet, when you leave, that closet is going somewhere. I don't know where it's going, but everything in that closet. And what's sad too is that a lot of our possessions that we love the most is going in the trash. Like no one's even going to take care of them. Like we love them. And if you were to actually be honest, most of us are hoarders. We have way too much than we actually need. Some of us have 50 million books, only read a quarter of them, and we're never going to get rid of any of them. Like when you read them, how come you ain't pass them on to somebody? When you read them, how come you didn't resell them? Repackage them and sell them to somebody else. It was a blessing to me. Let me go ahead and give it to you. Nah, we just rather have 5 million books to sell that we're so smart. We're so intelligent. You know what I mean? Or these are my books. This is my collection. I get to go back to it whenever I want. It could be something as simple as that. I'm not knocking you for holding on to your books at all. Well, all I'm saying is that most times we will act as if we don't have, but we have abundance. Like if we get rid of that lack, that mentality of lack, we'll start to really understand that we have far more than we need. Far more than we need. All right. Probably not enough to take care of whatever we're going through at the moment, because we're dealing with a new monster, a new devil every day. We're dealing with a new devil. It might be a financial one. It might be a health one, mental or spiritual or physical. But at the end of the day, I believe that we will get through it. Why? Because look at our track record now. Just think about it. Look at our track record. We're communicating right now because we have completed that last section. We have won up to this point. We're victors. Like we're not victims. We've won. We've had many smiles. We've had some amazing connections with people. Our successes have been stacking up over the years, and sometimes we choose not to acknowledge them at all. And that's why it slows down more successes in the future, because when somebody compliments you on something, in order to remain humble or seem humble, you will act like that accomplishment that they're commending you on is not as big. Like you play it down like anybody can do that. Well, I'm not talking to anybody. I'm talking to you. So yeah. So that's why I say often, be thankful. Be thankful. Be very thankful. Just be thankful in knowing that God got you. God got your back no matter what. And he put us here so we can have one another's back. All right? Yeah. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. We're still standing. Anybody that's still standing is one. Even if you got your ass beat to that point, if you still standing, you won. To fight another, you can fight again. Like I got bruises to show for it. I'm missing some teeth. My my eyes black and all this other stuff. I got a knot in the back of my head. I got a shoulder that never felt right. Like it never felt like it used to, but I'm still moving. My legs, when I stand up, a little slower with it. But once I stretch, oh yeah, let's go. Like my ankles, I need a walking stick now. I need a cane. I need crutches. I need a wheelchair now when I go, but I'm going. I'm still moving. I need a little bit of help with this, that, and the third, but I'm still moving. You hear me? God is, what? Come on now. Come on now. Let me see here. You said, why are they destroying everything? Because they think they're helping, but they're really doing it out of greed. And we already knew, if you read the Bible, that it would be destroyed out of that, out of greed, out of arrogance, out of lust. You name it. People coveting, like it's everything that we're supposed to be against are the things that's taking us down. And we do it happily. Sometimes we dance while we're eating the most cholesterol-filled foods in the world. It'd be the most sugary-filled foods in the world. We dance when we're drinking our liquor and we just drinking our beer and all this other stuff, and we're smoking our cigarettes or smoking our weed and all this other stuff, and not realizing we're not becoming sharper. We're not becoming stronger by doing that. But we're still moving, and that's what's important. I'm not the police of the fun police. I'm not the vices police or none of that. We all have our own mind. We all have free will. And because of free will, we can decide to do whatever we want to do. Right? Just make the right decision. According to you. Right? According to you. Because your right decision might be someone else's wrong decision. You know, like voting for Trump. Voting for Trump, half of America was mad at you. A bunch of them cried and cussed at you because you thought you made the right decision. Like, what'd I do? I just voted for the best candidate. And they like, no, you voted for a fascist. You voted for somebody that hate women. You voted for someone that hate black people. You voted for someone that you voted for a convicted felon. How can you say you love women, but you're going to vote for someone that's just walking around and grabbing women by the vagina all willy-nilly? Because that's what Trump do. Grab him by the... Everybody that he see, I'm about to grab you, girl. Don't even come over here. You know it's about to happen. A cat will be grabbed. Oh, my God. Oh, Lord. Jesus. He said, my girl loves it. Y'all are just ridiculous. Y'all are just ridiculous, man. But yeah, to God be the glory, man. We're doing some right things. We're having these conversations, and that's what's important. Let me see. I am on, for everyone that's in my group call, I gotta let them know. I am on hurry up and wait status to go pick up my wife from the courtroom, just in case she's released. If she's released early, then I want to be on the road to go get her. You know what I mean? So I won't be having the 11:30 call today. I know, Van, so sick of people calling him a felon. Like they think Biden and Obama are not pedophiles. They should be in Gitmo. First of all, people in our country are fake as F. They fake as F. They act like they're concerned about a thing, but they really aren't. They act like they're fair about a thing, but they really aren't. They act like they want people to be convicted for the crimes that they commit, but they really don't. If they're friends of theirs, or if there's somebody that they want represented in the country, they want them to just go unscathed. And if you speak anything about them, then it's automatically racist, especially if they have a little bit of melanin. If they got a little bit of melanin on their skin and you say something about them, the writing can be on the wall. You can have all the receipts in the world, but you are being racist if you say something about them. So, and I got an issue with those people. All right. Also got an issue with MAGA supporters. I got an issue with MAGA. Here's my one issue with MAGA. And hopefully you hear me when I say this. All right. My issue with MAGA is people who don't hold President Trump accountable when he does something wrong or when he says something wrong. People who try not to communicate or they try to bury a story because they believe that it will make Trump look bad, even if he's wrong. It's not like you got to join the gang of people that they got the pitchforks that's trying to destroy him. But at the end of the day, you can be a little honest about it. You can be honest. But some people will say, no, I'm MAGA to the end. And I don't even want that in my algorithm. I don't even want to know about it. I don't care about it. What about you? And we get into whataboutisms and we start comparing. We start comparing things like, okay, we get it that Trump is this, this, and this, but what about your person? Okay, my person is bad too. You already told me that. Y'all done beat that drum already. Now we're letting you know that this person has done this, this, and this. How are you going to move? Are you going to move accordingly or what? Doesn't mean give up on them, but it does mean hold the person accountable, because if they aren't held accountable, they will say things like, if you don't do what I say, then you're a weakling. And I don't want your support anymore. You know what I'm saying? You're a weakling and I don't want your support anymore. And something that I saw was some of the biggest MAGA content creators did not hold him accountable for saying that at all. I was watching. I was one of the people who said I had an issue with him saying that. And I was looking to see what other guys out there are going to say something. What other MAGA content creators are going to say something about that. And even when I did say something about it, some of the people who joined my live stream who are MAGA had an issue with me saying that. What he's saying is this, that, and the other. And he don't mean that. He's not talking about you. Yes, he was. He was talking about anybody that wants to talk about the Epstein list. And then Chuck Schumer made it official and said he needs to release the list by blah, 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 blah. And I was looking around trying to see, wait a minute. So are we going to get the list or what? Let's see what these content creators are talking about. Are they doing it? Are they trying to push him to do it or what? Are they saying, yeah, this is reverse Uno. This is 4D chess. This is what Trump wanted all along. He wanted them to be the ones to make the decision so that he can just say, okay, fine. Boom. There you go. It wasn't me. It was y'all. Pop quiz. How many of y'all have seen the list? So at the end of the day, man, I'm gonna let y'all know this. I love you like a play cousin, but put God and family first. Put God, family, and then everybody else. Put God, family, and then everybody else. The country can come right after that. But put God first, put your family second, because God blessed you with your family, and then you can do everybody else. We got you. Because in the event of Armageddon, in the event of a civil war, a race war, you name it, none of these politicians are going to stand outside of your door protecting you and your family at all. It's all for self. It's all for self. They're going to be protecting themselves. I bet for damn sure if something was to happen and it really was to pop off, some type of war here, some type of civil war here, some type of race war here, these politicians, these billionaires, these millionaires, they will be in their bunkers protected. They won't be marching down your streets making sure you're good. They're going to put their toy soldiers down your streets to make sure you're good. They're going to put toy soldiers' lives on the line to get it done. But the people that's going to protect you and your family is you. So at some point, guys, I believe that the most important thing that we could do is to put God first, because God sets out a whole number of principles that apply to everybody. No matter what your religion is, God sets out principles that will put you in a position to be protected and make sure your family are protected. Especially if you start applying them now. Don't wait until something happens to apply these principles. Start applying them now. And that you also know that it's a principle of God's for us all to have our own stream of income in some type of way by using our gifts and talents and abilities that we were born with. All right? Someday technology will be done, and someday might be 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 10 years. Who knows? My platform will be gone. Possibly. Who knows? Right? So I got to use my talents and gifts to still bring in some funds to help other people at the same time, because those of us who are provided with extra, we are chosen for that. We're provided with a little extra so that we can help somebody else. It's not so that we can be gluttonous, have so much food that we get to throw away as much of it tomorrow than we ate yesterday because we're fat cats. No, it's so that we can be able to help somebody else in their time of need. So now that I'm speaking of that, if you're ever in a position where you are blessed to upgrade, or you're blessed to level up in life, you go from making $10,000 a year to making $100,000 a year, try to still live like you're making $10,000 a year, or try to live like you're making 20, but use the rest to invest, save, and take care of your family. Not to get no damn fancy ass bags, fancy shoes, fancy necklaces and watches, and buy everybody all these expensive gifts and whatnot. Do not upgrade your life. Like, take your time with the blessings that the Lord gave you. Well, the blessings that the Lord put on you, you make sure you really show that you appreciate them, and you appreciate them by how you manage them. I know a lot of you didn't click on this for that, but the Lord put that on me. He put that on me earlier today for some reason. And I believe usually when I say things like this, I'm talking to myself, but I'm also talking to you all too, because I don't think that there's that much of a gap between who I am and who you are. I grew up in Southeast DC in what they would consider to be a hood. You grew up wherever you're from, and I still don't see there being that much of a gap in who you are and who I am. Like, you love life, you love your family, you love the Lord, you like good food, you like to be left alone, you like peace, you like to laugh, you like to have a good time, you like to be considered and prayed for. You know what I mean? You like for people to be kind to you. Yeah, same here. You like for people who commit heinous crimes to be punished for them. Because what's the point of you being a good person and not even being rewarded for that, but to see somebody who's committing heinous crimes whenever they want, and they still get to live the good life, live the high life? What's the point of that? But I will say too, when it comes to comparing ourselves to other people, we need to stop doing that as well, because sometimes people have their best life here on earth. They have their best life here. They will be the most beautiful, the most successful. They will have the high life here on earth. But if you are a believer, you know that it's not about this life. It's about the next, right? Do what thus saith the Lord. Make sure you take care of all the blessings that he bestows upon you in this life, whether you have to be a goat herder whether you have to pick cotton. Like, I'm only saying that because some people only feel like they succeeded if they got a bank account that's bigger than their brother's bank account, or bigger than their sister's bank account, or they have a house that's bigger than their family's houses. Like, that's sometimes the only time we feel like we are successful. You're actually successful when you do what you're sitting here to do, period. You don't have to have anything to show for it. Some of the people with the most wisdom in the world are homeless individuals. When you walk past them, and a lot of people won't have conversations with them, but when you do, you're going to see that a lot of wisdom come from them guys. They have a really good connection with the Lord. They are connected, locked in, and they can give you some wisdom that can help you go a long way, even though they did not. They made decisions. So sometimes, too, we need to stop judging people based off of what they can teach us. Most times the coach is fatter than the athletes. It is what it is. That don't mean he don't know what you have to do in order to win. We still listen to him. We still run our drills. We do what we got to do, the exact same things that he's telling us to do. And when we're in game time, if we listen, we win. We do well. Even if we lose, we do well. You're talking to also someone that was an AAU basketball coach, right? And then when my daughters, every single sport that my children were in, I was very active, because that's what a dad is supposed to do. And it's not so that I have to learn about it so that I can help you with it. That's just how that go. That's actually the only reason why I started doing content creation. I wanted to learn about it so I can help my son. JoJo said that he wanted to do videos like a brother named DDG. And I said, who is DDG? And he told me, and I went online searching for DDG, and I saw that DDG was a music reactor. He reacted to rap. He reacted to music. And then he also did skits. And when I clicked on his his video, many other content creators started popping up that did the same type of content that he does. You know, our algorithm. We click on one, and the technology gods, they give us more of what we clicked on. Ooh, you like that? You like that apple pie? Let me give you some cake. Let me give you this ice cream. Let me give you this rice pudding. Let me give you, they offer you more things because they believe it will also serve your palate. So that's what I did. I started seeing that just for simply looking into something that my son was interested in. Then I said, wait a minute, this looks fun. This looks like something that we can actually do. Now, here's the thing though. A leader don't just tell people how to do something. A leader has to go. First you have to know the information, learn the information. Then you got to go for yourself. You got to do it yourself. And then you got to tell other people how to do it. So you know first, then you go as the leader, and then you show. That's why some of the best leaders in the world are the ones that actually did the work before, not the ones that was just picked to manage or picked to take care of this, that, and the other. You need somebody that actually did the work before. That's one reason why I voted for Trump, because when it comes to business, who else did we have that were running for president that was better in business than President Trump? What has Kamala done that had anything to do with running a business? Why should she have any business? She shouldn't, but that was just one thing that I looked at. Like I'm not saying she should, you know what I mean? I think she could have ran this country too. She could have. Because most times the presidents that run the country don't really run the country by themselves. They have a conglomerate. Well, they have a team. Not only do they have a team, but they have people that are donors that pretty much tell them what to do, and they go out there and they do it. Or they won't get the donations anymore. They won't get the money. They won't get the funding. Like, they lose power. Yeah. And that was another reason why I voted for Trump, because Trump don't give a damn about, he would tell a billionaire real quick, yo, if you're not going to help me, then I'll move on to somebody else. It is what it is. I remember one time when he very first became president. This go round, right? And then I believe it was China. Was it China? It was a China billionaire that, was it China or Japanese? It was a Japanese billionaire, I believe, that ended up putting $100 million. He said that he was going to put $100 million toward Trump's campaign. This was before Trump won. He was putting $100 million toward Trump's campaign. And Trump said, won't you double that? Yeah, in front of everybody, won't you double that? I mean, because that $100 million means a lot to you. But, you know what I mean? I'm a negotiator. And even if you're giving me money toward my campaign, I want to see what else you're going to do. We're moving. We got people that's coming in here. You're going to be one of the people that's going, okay, cool, double that. And he doubled it. He doubled it. Let's see. No, I never read or watched Trick Baby. I don't know what that is, by the way. I don't know what that is. She mocked Christians. Yeah, Trump drives a hard bargain, man. AI will definitely take our place. And that's another reason why I say, guys, put yourself on the screen. Start doing videos. It don't matter what you're doing videos about. Just try to do one per day. That's it. Try to do one video per day where you're talking about something, anything. And don't try to say you don't have anything to talk about. I see in the chat all the time where you guys having a whole array of things to discuss. So you have something to talk about. You're a man. How was it becoming a man? You was once a boy. How was your life then? What did you learn? What type of life lessons help you get to this point? Because there are many people who are on page 1, 2, and 3 who need to learn from somebody who's on chapter 45, chapter 50. You picking up what I'm putting down? We learned a lot. We done forgot a lot more than these new youngins have learned. And the only thing we got to do is tap back into that information and start feeding it to them. Give them what they need. Give them what they want. Right? They want to be more valuable to the world, so they can be more valuable if we give them some value. Go for a walk on a daily basis. As a matter of fact, if you start doing these videos, you can start teaching yourself new habits or bringing those habits back that you once used. Like, say I'm going to post a video when I go on a walk. I'm about to start going on walks every single day. That way you're becoming healthy and you're building something. You're building something. And it's not only about the creation. People aren't special because they have a following. The reason why people have a following is because they're consistent and they're fearless. The people that don't mind being made fun of or talked about, or somebody saying that we don't sound educated enough to discuss a certain topic. Okay, cool. But we're here discussing it. And we're creating a life for our families while doing so. And then you start to learn a whole lot about yourself. And this technology stuff, I want to repeat this. I got to reiterate this. This technology is not going away. Get in front of it. Get in front of it. If you got an idea, start it now. I always had an idea for a podcast. I'm going to start it. Your podcast could be about learning new things on a daily basis. Are there new things to learn on a daily basis? Yes, it is. You don't know it all. You can continue to learn and continue to share. My very first podcast was done on watermelon seeds. Watermelon seeds. I did a podcast before I started this channel, and it was on watermelon seeds. Why? Because I said, I'm going to start a podcast, and it's only going to be audio. It's going to go straight through my phone. I'm going to sit down at work when I don't have much going on, or if I got stuff going on and I just feel like talking, I'm going to go somewhere quiet, and I'm going to talk into my phone and record a podcast. And I said, let me see what I can talk about. Went to Google, and the first thing that popped up was Did you know it's healthy to swallow watermelon seeds? Most people don't know that. Well, guess what? I didn't know that. And I was a little bit of a freak too. So, you know what I mean? And the way I say things, I like to say things to shock people. So when I asked people on Facebook, I said, do you swallow your watermelon seeds? If not, why? And if so, why not? I mean, if not, why not? And if so, why do you swallow them? Did you know that they were healthy? Did you know that you can grow another watermelon with a seed? Like I didn't know. Most black people I knew spit out their watermelon seeds. I say black people because I didn't know any white people. So most people I knew spit out their watermelon seeds. They didn't swallow them. So yeah, I didn't know. But that's what the podcast was about. A damn watermelon seed. And I talked for 40 minutes. And in talking for 40 minutes, it gave me some practice. It let me know what filler words do I use the most. It helped me become more articulate. And I'm not some sort of a college graduate or anything like that. I went to school for less than a year, dropped out because my wife was pregnant. She was my girlfriend at the time, and I needed to work to bring some funds into the household. So I never went back to school after that. But I made sure that my wife finished. I made sure of it. She could not stop going to school, because I was still in the mindset that I might not live past the age of 25, because I always thought that when I was a youngin', I might not get past the age of 25. So I need for my wife to be positioned to be able to take care of the family if something were to happen to me. And she went to the federal government. They encouraged going back to school. As a matter of fact, they were willing to pay some of it for school. If you're going to school for something that has to do with your job, they'll pay the whole thing. But if you're going to school for something that doesn't directly tie to your job, then they'll pay some of it, depending on what programs they have available, or those things. This is a good question right here. Why don't you know any white people? I'm glad you asked, Jenny McDonald. I don't know any white people because in the area I grew up in DC, there weren't a lot there. There weren't a lot there. In school, I didn't go to school with any white people. I didn't go to school with any white people at all. The times I started building relationships with white people is when I started working. When I got into the workforce, I was 24 years old working at Castle Systems. I was installing security systems inside of some government buildings, law firms, and other businesses downtown DC, Virginia, and rarely in Maryland, but mostly DC and in Virginia. We were installing security systems. You know, like when you go to somebody's door inside of an office building and they buzz you in with the little button underneath the door, and it releases a magnetic lock that opens up. And if you're somebody that they don't want to be on their floor and you're dangerous or something, we had what you call it? Panic buttons. We installed panic buttons as well. So when I was on those jobs and learning that in that field, I had a couple of white coworkers, a couple that drove the vans, and those were the first white people I ever worked with, and start to actually get a relationship with, and be cool with, and all those other things. And it was cool as hell. I was learning a lot. They was cool. They were unlike what I ever thought it was. Man, I used to ride with them. We were listening to some rock every now and again. I'm like, whoa, man, this is different. I never listened to rock until I was in the vans with them. You know what I mean? Because when you start working with certain companies, you're a helper for almost a year until you take certain certifications, or I guess prove yourself to be able to run your own, have your own van. So yeah. But after that, I started working for the federal government, and I started meeting white people after that who were also cool. As a matter of fact, one lady by the name of Mary Hanlon, who is from I don't know if she's from Sicily, but she's from Italy, but I don't know which part. But every day she used to bake me something, bake me cookies, cake, or something, because she was just really nice and we were real cool. So I really appreciated that. And I will learn some things, man, and it will be dope. But I still to this day don't have any white friends that come over. Or when I had my cookout that had more than 100 people here, we didn't have one white person here at the cookout, because that's just not my crowd, or that's not my area. I don't have a bunch of white people around me, except for the people that I've been meeting over the years on the internet. I have a bunch of white friends on the internet, but in real life, not so much. Not so much. So yeah. Even when I was in church, it was an all black church, Southern Baptist. And I was in ministry for almost 19 years. The likelihood of my pastor going to another church to preach, because he always took me, our musicians, and a bunch of other people, depending on if he told him that the male chorus was coming, or if the mass choir was coming, or if our musicians were coming along with them, and all those other things. They might probably say, we need you to preach, and we need for your choir to do A and B selection, or we need for somebody to do a praise and worship, or we need anything. He'll let us know. And no times did we go to a church that had a mixture of black and white people in our area. It was only black. So yeah, I'm from a very from a very chocolate area. So yeah. So my relationships with white people really started in the federal government and here on the internet. So yeah. And I only asked that because Jenny said, why don't you know any white people? So that's why I answered that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was one joint that I did. I really liked too. And none. No whites in my family at all. I love the cookout video with the white guy. Yeah, he was dope. He was talking about his very first time going to a black cookout. He was hilarious. He was absolutely hilarious. Yeah. Oh, Lord. He knows a bunch of us whiteys. Yeah. Nah, but that's why I laugh. I think it's laughable, to be honest with you, because I didn't have a lot of white friends, it's expected that I shouldn't want any. It's expected that I shouldn't need any. It's expected that I shouldn't love white people, because it's expected. Because I'm not different from any other person that I grew up with. Most of them, same thing. And it's ridiculous. But at this point, if you care for me, I care for you. Period. I love you because God said love you. But if you try to harm my family, I'm going to try my best to put you on your back. And that's if you're white, black, Hispanic. And I'm not going to hesitate just because you look like me. And I'm not going to speed it up or be more dangerous because you don't look like me. That's just not how I am at all. So yeah, I'm learning a whole lot, man. And I'm enjoying it. I love it. As a matter of fact, I like the fact I had a bunch of brothers that I clicked up with. There's this one dude named Chris Rice. He used to talk to me about business all the time. Always talking about business, talking about different books to read for business. So yeah, that really started me thinking about, having my own business one day. I never really thought about that part. You know what I mean? I always did my own thing. I created my own studio in my house years ago when I very first started doing YouTube on another channel and all that other stuff. And I was in music heavy, beginning to end. Like it was dope. But Chris Rice, he started getting me to really want to look into businesses and different parts and whatnot, investing and whatnot, getting into stocks and bonds, just looking into them, just looking at how they move up and move down, researching companies, those type of things. Gene Stidham was the guy that hired me into the federal government as a contractor when I left Castle Systems. Castle Systems was when I was installing security systems in buildings around the DMV, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Well, not that much Maryland, but DC and Virginia, sometimes Maryland. And I learned a lot at that job. That job was actually fun as hell. It was very fun, but it was cool. But when I went to the federal government, it was different. Hold on 1 second. Hey, babe. All right. Sorry about that. I just now got in trouble. All right. So thank y'all so much for hanging out with me, man. I was gonna be talking for the next 4 hours because y'all, this is just great conversation. I enjoyed it, man. Make sure if you're not already following me on X, you go ahead and follow me on X. It's LFR Family. Follow me on Kick and Twitch under LFR Family. And for everybody who submitted a super chat and pulled up and just was part of the group, just having a conversation, I really appreciate it. And shout out to all my blues and my greens. My greens are my members, the people who joined the membership on LFR Family by hitting the join button. If you want to do that, feel free. If you don't, that's cool too. But shout out to all of my people for pulling up, being a part of the conversation, giving me a moment of your time, because that's the valuable parts of your life right there. You can't get that back. You just now gave me some time that you will never be able to get back. That means a lot to me. So thank you so much. Yeah. And just for all of you guys, just for being here, man. Thank you. Thank you. Continue to pray for yourselves, for others. Continue to share my stuff if you liked it. And if you haven't hit the like button on this video yet, please do so. I'm talking about on YouTube, hit the like button, all right? All right? On X, hit the like button if you haven't already. And share this bad boy. And if you repost it, I will follow you back if you're already following me and I'm not. I just found out this guy on X that was following me, had like 160,000 followers on that joint, and he reposted one of my joints, and I went to go follow him, and I didn't know that he was following me. It says follow back. I was like, oh, I didn't know cuz was following me. Followed him back, and you know, I really don't be paying attention too much about that stuff, but I'm trying to be better. Also, anybody that wanted, thank you so much, Courtney with a C. When is the next LFR cookout? I'm bringing potato salad. How you gonna tell me you bringing the potato salad? Nah, you can't bring the potatoes. You can't bring the potato salad. Thank you so much, Courtney. I'll let you know when we put something together. The cookout is at my crib. So Queen B and Courtney are putting together the cookout since they got the phone numbers already. They got their phone numbers. All right. Don't forget, guys, I coach this YouTube stuff. So I coach content creation. Reach out to me so we can get it popping. Get my course that's under the YouTube descriptions in the very first link. Click the link, get the course. If you want to hear about VIP, hit me up so we can get it going. Love y'all, man. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.